This is my THEi Academy game rules explanation video. Thank you for being here. We are a horror survival board game with THEi as the background, lasting for 45 to 60 minutes. These are our game components. We have 6 character cards and pieces, and 6 free rider cards for the opposite side. We also have a total of 36 room cards, 36 event cards, and 20 item cards, and some specifically made dice, tokens, and a record bar to record the number of turns. And we have the group leader. They can choose one team member to recover 1 sanity point per turn. And for the other characters, we divide them by different colors, and after much debate, they have no special skills. And at the card right hand side, there is sanity points, and on the left, there is stamina. For the stamina, there is stamina 5 or higher. We roll 3 dice, 3 to 4, we roll 2 dice, and vice versa. When a player's stamina drops to 0 or lower for the first time, the player enters the other world. And for the sanity, it affects whenever a player becomes a free rider, and when sanity drops to 0, the player becomes a free rider. We only have these 2 points to calculate throughout the whole game. And this is about the free riders. When sanity points drops to 0, members will turn into free riders. Once you become a free rider, you can attack other players. Your goal is to turn others into one of them. You will have free stamina and no sanity limit, and can move by rolling 3 dice. When one free rider stamina drops to 0, all riders will stop moving until the end of that day and does not leave the field. And just like every real-life free rider, whenever a free rider appears on the field, all players' maximum sanity decreases by 1. After the free rider has stopped moving for a certain number of days, it will recover to 2 points for the stamina. And a side note is that by day 5, if there is no free rider appear yet, the player with the lowest sanity will be forced to become the first free rider. Okay, this is our game setup. First, we have to place all our cards into a deck like this, and we draw a character card. Attach the character card to the indicated clip and position the pointer at the value of 6. This is our maximum sanity and stamina. And we ready our characters at the starting point of the map. Like this. For the ribbon cards, these are the board of the board game. We will be running on these cards. They are divided into the main world and the other world. You will draw 1 card and use them per turn to expand the map. We will start the game on the main world map first. These are the ribbon cards. The white yellow lines indicate that it is the main world, and only when doors are connected, these golden blocks, only when they are connected, you can go to another room. And at the left corner, there will be 2 logos, the event logo and the item logo. After each room card is placed, you will draw an event or item card depending on the logo. And there are more special rooms, and this is the back of the card. Special rooms can be used in both the main world and the other world. At the start of the game, we'll place 2 THEi elevators in both world card deck, and randomly place the other 2 special rooms in the main world and the other world card deck as well. So they are evenly distributed in both decks. And the game is turn-based, so the players must collect 6 GEs within 10 days. And once the team leader decides the direction of the order, the game can begin. And each player turn is a day in which they can use item cards to move or trigger events. We move, use item cards, explore 1 new room, and join GE challenge, and then we attack. A day ends when all turns are over. Then the next day begins. If a player develops emo state at the end of the day, the emo will be triggered, and we use the day record bar to record the number of the days. Based on the player's current world, we draw the corresponding event cards. At the main world, the event cards are more likely to inflict penalties and offer less rewards, while at the other world, event cards are more likely to give much better rewards. The penalties are much more severe. The higher the risk, the greater the reward. And these are the final goal of the group members and leaders, the GEE. Players will have the opportunity to obtain GE free event cards, but players need to meet specific conditions to challenge and obtain that GE. There are a total of 8 GE scattered around the main world and the other world. Item cards can provide positive influences to players and sometimes can help them escape danger. Each player can hold a maximum of 3 item cards. If a player has more than 3 item cards, at the end of the day, the player must choose to put the extra item cards into the discard pile. How to move across rooms. A player moves some steps based on the result of rolling dice, and each turn, one player can only open one room in the turn. And when 2 players are in the same room, they can trade item cards, and each player is limited to 1 trade per day. Exploring the map. When there's new rooms, based on the world the player is in, we draw room cards corresponding to that world and piece the new rooms onto the map in a door-to-door manner. So we check out the descriptions on the room card first and then the item card or the event card. For the other world and special cards, players can travel to the other world by relying on the stamina dropping to 3 or below for the first time, or use the THEi elevator. In the other world, some rooms contain phantoms, and players who open the room will suffer from emo. When Free Rider appears at the start of the next main term, if the player remains in the other world, their sanity will decrease by 1 point by turn. While in emo state, players cannot use item cards, and their sanity will decrease by 1 point at the end of the duration, and these events usually last for 2 days. Can group leader be a free rider? Yes. Can the group leader still heal other members? No, they're not. They will lose their skills. On the battle system on attacking, players can attack each other when they are in the same room. And the outcome of an attack is also determined by rolling a dice. So it's all by luck. Depend on the condition. The following situations can be identified. Well, free rider is the attacker, and group leader members are the defenders, or vice versa. And sometimes the free rider will be the attacker. Sometimes they may be equal enemies. Let's display some other situations. When free rider attacks, the group would lose 3 sanity. If the rolling dice, let's display some situations. When free rider attacks, the group will lose 3 sanity. If group member attack free rider lose 1 sanity. Sometimes the outcome of attacks of group members will be determined by weapon effects. In a tough situation, members might even fight each other for their item cards. Between members, the loser side will lose 2 sanity points, and this will conclude our brief explanation of the game rules. Our game is quite complicated, and we encourage everybody to actually play our game to familiarize themselves with our rules.
而家係地塊。
點算啊？我第5個回合，第5日就已經1嘅 sanity。作為隊長，我就嚟癲啦！唔緊要 ，OK， 炸咗色先。
冇死啊，組長！
哦，錄 OK， 可以行好多步，開咗張卡，開咗張卡先啊！我首先，唉，走廊 OK， 走廊嚟張event卡
event 好識嘅。
天地的饋贈 ，Oh my god！ 我想回理智值。好，咁我炸咗色先，炸1粒。哦，1，哦，1。Reduce 2 points of sanity. If a rider is within 3 blocks, reduce 2 more points of sanity. 係咁 reduce，OK。咁喺呢個時候，組長光榮犧牲了，我直接清零，唔緊要嘅。
直接 rider。
而家
跟住嗰
到我
啲
整啲你哋，
啲牌都要去咯，棄牌區嗰度。好，棄牌區。走吧。
我嘅道具。你終於到我回合啦！你死硬啊你！
啊，組長，點解你變咗咁嘅
？3，喂，啱啱好。1、2啊，決戰一下先。
你擲先啦，組長。
我而家有3嘅體力，所以我係擲3粒色。
4。
可
以。
好，到你。
4我得2粒色。
你幾多體力啊？而家？我2粒。
4啊，仲加打喎，打身上我運氣啊！我擲。
2喎。
啊，佢 你啱啱4喎。
哇！
呃，
係咁先啦，死靚
啊
仔，
我
加入
即係減咗
我
3
嘅1元啦。哦，未
我
得啊？
未得，仲有一。
哦，sorry。
唉，慘啊！俾呢條追殺到得翻1點理智值啊！我曱甴軍都死咗啦！走咗路先啦！係擲色啊，唔記得咗添。得翻2粒色咋，睇嚟得4咋，因為 yes 6開房。
開房。
哇！樓梯走啦，但係要出閃卡喎。
我過緊嚟啦。
yes G 7啊！
咦，係咪最後一個 GE 啦
係啊，5個喺晒度。
哦，爭一個就贏咯。
OK，睇下條件先。OK，理智值少於4，哈1啊，就係俾你打到而家咁啊！呢個就係命運啊！
我就係差一個殺咗
我要
你。
擲到2或以上就得啦，就攞咗 G。
加油啊！哦，3啊！耶！好贏咯！好嘢！
正方嘅
就
結算
攞咗啦。
耶！
Well, at the end, thank you, and we hope you enjoy our game freely and hope you have fun.